Clear. Hello everyone, Don here again with the update on the WAR Corsair. As you can see, I'm at the Port Meadville Airport. Now I probably put the clip on in front of this of me taxiing the airplane over there between those end hangars, these last two hangars. So I did some passages through there, and a friend took and did video for me, so I'll probably have that on the beginning of this video. But anyway, I've already taxied it from there across to here. It's now in the hangar. I just closed the door and it's like, oh shucks, I forgot to make this video. So, but the plane's inside. I'll show you what I'm at. And there it sits. I just turned on enough lights to so you can see the plane. What I did is I brought it over here and I grabbed my tools. I wanted to pull the tail wheel assembly out, and I'm looking to do a modification to the tail wheel. Again, this is the original design with the centering springs. They go onto that flat like so. So I'm looking to make this a steerable tail wheel. So I'm going to take that home, take it apart so I can measure all this stuff up and design me a horn and hook up some Bowden cables to attach to the rudder. So, but this is going to be its permanent home now for the foreseeable future. Again, this is the only airplane in the hangar right now, and then they've got some equipment here for the airport. This is the kind of the maintenance hangar as well. So this is where they're going to have the fly-in on the 18th. See, they've already got the tables moved out here, chairs, grills for cooking all the food, such. So you can see I just found an empty bucket, set the tail on so I could pull that tail wheel out of there. This is the actual leaf spring that it hooks to, and then there's the linkage there to do the retraction and closes the door. So, but I want to take that home mainly just to mic it all out and get a size everything and see what I can do to design it. One of the problems is going to be putting a horn on it that the retract linkage, this piece right here, the fork assembly, the fork for the tail wheel is going to be right there, and it's going to hit those, so it's not going to work quite right. So I got to try and design around that. So that's the problem. But I'll run a couple of cables up around and into the horn for the rudder, which is those blisters you see right there. So I can go on the inside and run a couple Bowden cables, crisscross them to make it steerable for the first 20 degrees, and then after that it'll pop loose and swivel just like it does now. So, well, today's hot and muggy. This is Monday. I was down here Saturday and it was threatened rain, hot, humid, just like it is today. Yesterday it just rained all day yesterday, Sunday. So today's Monday, and again, it hasn't rained yet, but they're still calling for chances of storms, thunderstorms popping up. So it's really hot and humid again. Not as hot, but we're talking 80-some% humidity. So as you can see, there's a Mooney. This thing's supposed to go to Texas someday. The owner's from Texas. But this is where I'll be at for, like I said, in the foreseeable future. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off so I can get home. It's getting late. It's going on 3:30, 4 o'clock, I guess. I'll get this video put together and get it up tonight so you guys can see me doing just a little bit of taxiing. And the brakes pedal geometry that I adjusted and readjusted, that seems to help. That's a big difference. But it still requires a lot of brake steering to make this thing, turn and go straight. So if I can make it steerable, that'll take some of the load off in taxiing and such. So, the video's been doing really good this past month. I appreciate everyone taking the time to watch these things, and the view count's been climbing up, and they've been doing really well. So I'll get this one up tonight for you guys, have something to see, and then next weekend I've got a doing up at our airport Saturday, and then the following Saturday I'll be down here for this flying event. So the next 2 weekends will be kind of busy. But I'm going to try and get down here. I'm just going to, like I say, measure up this tail wheel, and I'll bring it back, put it back together, and then I can continue on with my ground speed handling, taxiing, and work on this idea and get this thing going, get some pieces and parts coming. So I think that's going to do it for this week. As always, appreciate the comments, questions. Leave any comments, questions, concerns, and we'll address them as they come in. Some of these videos, the view counts are going way up, and the comments are, off the book. There's 600 comments or so on that last video. So it's tough for me to answer them, but I'll go through them and thumbs up them as I read them. It may take me a day or so before I get to them, but I'll get to them eventually, and sometime I'll just finally say, yep, that's enough for that video. All right, folks, I'm going to let it go here, and I'll probably see you next weekend sometime. I'll come out and do a little more ground handling, a little more than what I just did today. It's just the weather is so iffy right now. So, all right, folks, I'm going to cut her off, and maybe we'll see you again next weekend. So for now, this is Dino Don out.